we want you to know these questions, right? So Allstate comes out and they're like, you're in good hands. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is here. They want that same relationship, and they could establish that by releasing these numbers. So why don't they try to do
one,
that?
I don't know if they even would establish that. It might be that literally releasing any numbers would have people trade them and make people not trustful. And two, if there's not a law mandating it, why would you be the only one to release it? Like, imagine you come out, you're like, our denials are actually 10%. Everyone is proud of that, and you release your numbers, and nobody else releases their numbers. They're not releasing it. You like, look at this picture. This is maybe 10% claims. Like, I'm not going with that. That company has 10% denials. Like, these are pretty mandated by law to release. Otherwise,
So, I don't remember what part of the document this is, but just to establish this, because the reason I believe this is malicious, they, first of all, try to fight these numbers. So, for example, like try to look at the McKinsey documents and say, hey, like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Like, even when court orders say, like, hey, we subpoenaed these for charging you, I think it's like $25,000 a day, they still won't do it. And the only way they're forced to is when a regulator, like an insurance commissioner from the state, comes in and says, you need to give this to us. And then it comes out and it's like, holy shit, this is really bad.
I would have to look at the exact process, but like the subpoenas and everything, of course, I understand doing this. Like subpoenas and information to be released that become part of the record is all incredibly important and protected information that you would want to be very, 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 very careful leaking, right? Like if you watch my streams, you've obviously like that Dominion Fox News case that never even went to trial. Well, if we lived in a better media environment, that information that came out about Fox News as a result of the discovery thing could arguably be incredibly damaging to the company, even though there's not like a verdict on that case. So, and maybe Fox News had a really good reason for why all of those people said the things that they did. Like it's hard to imagine that, but it could be the case. But in that case, yeah, having any of that information, so it's not surprising that everybody would fight subpoenas.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But at the very least, I would say that this seems more like a bad thing than a good thing. That's total vibe-based politics, which is completely dismissible. I understand. But like when you see the testimonies going out, when I look at the totality of evidence, and yeah, I'm in a bubble. I've been reading like all anti-insurance books and articles for the past like week, right, in preparation for this. Like it does kind of like point this picture, but that could just be like, oh, conspiracy brain, you're connecting the dots. There's not really there. So I fully admit that. Maybe they have a really good reason. But I do want to add just this last thing on this. I think it's the McCarran-Ferguson Act of 1945 kind of established that they don't have to release this information, but also the stipulation of antitrust laws apply to most of these companies, except they're allowed to share a lot of this internal data with each other so that they can figure out, not to accuse them of price gouging, but they share this data and say, hey, where are you kind of placing this? Like, where are you kind of placing this? Like, how many claims do you deny? Like, it seems like they share these numbers with each other thanks to that. And maybe it's all good practice. Maybe it's like, hey, we don't want to go too high, too low. But that to me seems a little more like, hey, you're releasing it to each other, but not, it's not clearly not business secrets. Like you're doing this because maybe but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, any kind of evidence of that.
Well, I can tell you
like maliciously or if you want to do like a vibes-based thing, like another thing that works too, and this is the same like vibes-based, it's just like heuristic I apply to a lot of conservative claims.
Are you fidgeting with my document right now? Are you stimming? See your cursor like jumping?
Yeah.
I'm not blaming you. I do that shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I'm heuristically looking at the whatever. If I see that like the exact same case is brought up for like 10 years where they have like nothing that they can even bring up about it, that makes me kind of look at that a little bit weirdly. When a lot of these claims about like people being denied things and dying somewhere and all like that are being made over and over again, but the cases that come up are like kind of tenuous at best, it makes me wonder what's actually happening. If this is so common and so widespread, why aren't there more like good examples of this happening, or why don't they like lead out into the numbers anywhere? Why does it seem so hard to like who will find this particular thing? That just seems heuristic wise, that's what makes me question it there.
Yeah, and that's fair. And like I would say, obviously, like they're not releasing numbers. They fight and they lobby with the NIC not to release those numbers, but that could be for completely legitimate reasons. But I would ask you, because we talked with right members about this, and this was like, I didn't think I would be fight you on skepticism in this. I thought we were totally going to be off this thing. So when I heard you question this, I was thinking about how you could be and they've said, prove to me Trump's a racist, prove to me this guy's a racist, and they would not accept anything unless you have the kill shot, like dead to rights, scribed contract that says, I do not like black people, or something like that, versus, hey, let's look at their actions, the way they describe these things, the structure and the system they try to propose. Like, it seems to me that they are racist without having explicitly said something racist. And I feel as if, maybe not an undue amount, but there's a large similar amount of like onus on me to prove this, where I don't think you would necessarily need nearly as much to prove someone else is a racist.
Sure. So it's an unfortunate example because I don't think I even necessarily make Trump a racist because it's not like a claim that I care about. Although I understand the general point that you're making, that I'm not looking for like necessarily a smoking gun.
You're no
the problem
use
is
to
that all
anyone
we've gotten
in that
in all of this
condition.
is like hypothesis at best. There's not like there hasn't been a single evidence of like systemic or rural wrongdoing at all. Even though the stories don't seem that compelling. It's an incredibly heavily regulated industry. I am aware of that. I know like the numbers for survival rates of cancers and all that. Like there's a lot of evidence that points in the direction that it doesn't seem like there's a widespread systemic horrible thing. And for all the people claiming that it is, they just seem to be using towards it. I'm not looking for necessarily a smoking gun. I'm looking for like even for any smoke or any gun or anything at all that I can have.
So you don't think McKinsey having this? Okay, let's do
The McKinsey stuff.
Do you think the McKinsey stuff, the advice given by McKinsey, seems to be just the advice?
So even if I would agree that all of that was real, that would only be a hypothesis. I would need to know, like, was this even implemented? Did it impact anything? This is
right. But before we get there,
because now I'm wondering, like, did they even give that advice at all? Like, I'm really curious about that because I feel like these are leaked documents and they did say that particular thing. I feel like this would be like immediately easily accessible to anyone. And now I'm wondering
I mean, if you just say McKinsey, what's funny is like they're kind of hidden. But if I just say like, hey, McKinsey leaks all of this.
Sure. Wait. I'm gonna use the rest real quick. Wait, hold on. 1 second.
Yeah, sure. All right, BCG. You're mine now. I own you. Okay. Everyone subscribe to the Soy Bill. Everyone type 1 to the deep state. Everyone go and give me super chats, $5 super chats with no message in them because I don't care what you know. But thank you all for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Destiny for giving me this time to try to explain. I hope this establishes me as someone who's not fucking crazy, because I'm doing the soy face in the thumbnail in the debate, and I swear to God, the soy thing is ironic. I'm not soying out. I'm not spurging. I just got a little mad for people calling me a liar when at worst I'm just stupid. All right, it's at worst. So let me find this for him. We got some ones. Thanks, babes. Also, sorry I'm wearing a beanie. I know I look like Tim Pool, but it's really, really, really cold here.
Sub-Zero.
Oh, and if you also go subscribe to my Patreon, I can quit my job.
Sub-Zero. The gateway.
What you are is abominable.
Freezer's on gooning or edging. I thought gooning and edging are the same thing. Where do I live? San Francisco. Bay Area. I'm such a lid. Mr. Soy, at the end of the discussion, ask me what his prior file really was, and if it's moved. Oh yeah, I should do that. Thank you. Can I kiss you? No, that's right. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. What about me? You can kiss me. You can kiss me. My dad passed away because he had congestive heart failure. The insurance company let him stay in the hospital past a few days. He had medication. I'm sorry to hear that, PG. But again, I don't know if that's going to convince anyone. It's more of like, hey, could we prove that they should have proved it and they didn't, and then they do. I'm at the current moment, Tem, I'm going to try to stream every Friday. I'll make more structure, say, okay, let's talk about these situations, press engage in chat. But I really still want to make videos, and I don't want to be distracted. Make my like actual long form video essays. Squid, are you upside down? Edges when you don't let yourself finish. You never get to finish? That's awful. So obviously the other one. Or is it oh my god, you're putting on the schedule? Let me see if this is what I want to do. Okay. Hey, welcome back. So, I mean, I think that people, I mean, just pick any, like, hey, McKinsey also leads, so we will. It's like no one's like disputing that. It's like, oh, this didn't happen. It's just like, yep, this happened. They fought really hard. They came out. They established thing. I understand the skepticism, but like, here's the thing that like no one is contesting this, including Allstate. The only thing that would even indicate that is like, they're taking it off their website, so the links that you found in like 2009 through like 15 are no longer live. So that I have to find it through, you know, archives and links and crap, which is weird, but it still seems like it happened. Yeah, but the point I'm even trying to bring up is
hold on.
Yeah.
What happened? That's what I'm curious about. So
McKinsey was hired to consult. They did a lot of stuff. If you go through those documents, most of it's probably totally fine. It's like, hey, like here's how you save money in arson cases. Here's how you save money in this and here and administrative and blah blah blah. But a chunk of it that seemed malicious.
Noob silent. Shang Su. Movado. Serena. The Chaosium.
The infusion of your soul with chaos.
Is not a subject for inquiry. Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight. The choice was yours. Quitality. Noob Saibot wins. Reptile, Noob Saibot, Serena, Movado. Havoc Citadel.
The Empress is willing to negotiate.
Is that her message, emissary? She lies. Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight. Cybot wins. Noob Cybot, Sub-Zero, Mavado, Sub-Zero, Wuxi Academy.
Chaos is coming. You must be prepared. By someone claiming to be me, I will pass.
Round 1, fight.
You can't see this through.
Round 2, fight. Noob Cybot wins. Noob Cybot.